You'd think finding a hidden camera in your own bedroom would feel like something out of a movie. It doesn't. It feels like the floor disappearing under you, and the worst part isn't finding it. It's realizing you have no idea how long it's been there. This is a dramatized, composite story, not a real reported case, but the pattern in it is common enough that thousands of people search for it every month. Call her Mara. She and her husband had moved into the ground floor of his mother's house 18 months earlier, splitting the mortgage to save for a place of their own. The tension had always been there, quiet and polite on the surface. His mother let herself in without knocking. She rearranged the kitchen when Mara wasn't home. Small things. The kind of things you tell yourself aren't worth a fight over, until one Tuesday, changing a light bulb, Mara noticed the bedroom smoke detector was mounted upside down. She didn't confront anyone. She looked it up first, found a $15 RF signal detector on Amazon, the kind that beeps near hidden transmitters, and swept the room that night while her husband was asleep. It went off 3 inches from the smoke detector. Not smoke. A lens. Here's what most people get wrong the moment they find something like this: the instinct is to rip it down immediately. Honestly, that's the worst move you can make. The device is your only proof, and the second it's destroyed, it becomes your word against everyone else's. So she did the unglamorous thing. She photographed it in place, time-stamped, from 3 angles, before touching anything. She checked her state's recording consent laws. In most U.S. states, recording someone without consent in a space with a reasonable expectation of privacy, like a bedroom, is a criminal offense regardless of who owns the house. The second contrarian truth: everyone assumes the husband either knew or didn't. Real family dynamics are messier than that. He didn't know, but when she showed him the photos and the detector reading, his first reaction was to defend his mother's intentions. That, honestly, is the more common outcome than a clean, immediate ally. The resolution wasn't a screaming confrontation. It was a police report, filed with the photos and the device itself as evidence, and a formal conversation where the officer explained the exact statute that had been broken. No arrest, no headline moment, just an official record, and a mother-in-law who was told, in writing, that unsupervised access to the house was over. 6 weeks later, Mara and her husband signed a lease on their own place. The marriage survived. The relationship with his mother didn't, not fully, but it survived as something smaller and safer. If you take one thing from this, evidence beats emotion, every time, and it usually takes longer to find peace than it takes to find a camera. We cover stories and the real law behind them every day. Subscribe if you want both.